And Get your school holiday football fix these April school holidays. With tailored football development sessions for all. Filled with skills, games and fun from accredited coaches. With options of single days and multiple camp days. The Football South Australia April School Holiday Camps. Sign up now at footballsa.com.au.
It's never too late to improve your strength, balance, well-being and independence. Our Strength for Life program encourages all older South Australians to start moving and enjoy an active lifestyle, make friends, build strength and inevitably age well. Strength for Life sessions are offered in almost 100 locations across South Australia, with new sites opening all the time. Check out the COTA SA website to find your nearest location.
Strength for Life is an individualised program which is delivered in a group setting. We aim to keep older South Australians connected with their community, preventing social isolation and also keeping their bodies strong, flexible, managing falls and keeping them engaged. We're super excited to be partnering with Football SA at this state-of-the-art location. It's a beautiful venue. It will really benefit the local community through the Northfield and Jepps Cross surrounding areas to be able to access Strength for Life. And together we are working to improve everyone's futures.
And it's Adelaide, Croatia Raiders time.
Right out, goes top corner, Anderson in.
A captain's contribution for Luke Klimek.
Ridden in the stars for Nicholas Bucco.
Oh my God, that's another one for my Bridget.
It's Fabian Barbiero.
Your NPL champions, Adelaide United.
Welcome all here to Steve Woodcock Sports Centre for the round 9 clash between the home team Campbelltown City FC and the away team Adelaide Croatia Raiders. Standalone fixture this Friday night, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot tuning in online, and as you'll hear the PA system do the starting lineups as well as they pop up on screen. Well, as you can hear there, it's an unchanged lineup for the home team Campbelltown City, while the away team Adelaide Croatia Raiders make one change, and that's Jai King-Byrne coming in for Callum Campbell, while James Odenwilder comes to the bench. He was in from last week, and on the bench for Campbelltown they have Yusuf in place of De Saito. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is David Grant on the handheld tonight, so make sure we put that close to your mouth so we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Are you receiving me over?
Loud and clear.
Oh, good.
So we're here for another Friday night clash, David. A bit chilly up here in the commentary booth, bit of wind, so I'm sure you see a few of them rocking the long sleeves today, but how are you feeling up here?
Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to this. It's been a while since I've been here, because I think it was the last game. Oh no, hang on, I was only here 7 days ago. Not this game, but I did a game 7 days ago. But it does feel like a long time ago. Looking forward to this. So 5th on the ladder versus 4th, so quite a bit to play for.
Yeah, both teams coming in with some interesting form as well. Obviously, Campbelltown drew that game last weekend, but besides that, they've had a pretty good run. And Croatia Raiders themselves, they drew out last week 2-2 as well. But prior to that, they had 4 wins in a row. So it's going to be a very interesting clash between these two sides and two teams that I'm sure are going to go well into the year, into September. The game's kicked off now as well, and we're going to see those formations draw out as the game progresses. Reece Thompson now to find Kimishima. It's been the star so far for Croatia Raiders this season, David, has Kimishima.
Yep. He's quick, isn't he? He's fast, diminutive, but very fast, and turns very quickly and has a fair burst of pace on him. He demonstrated that last week at the Beograd game, which of course Campbelltown dropped points on because they ended up with drawing 2-2 with conceding a goal in the 96th minute. Just a little bit of a lapse of concentration maybe at the back post as Jared Clark had poked home an equaliser for Beograd. So Campbelltown will be seeking to bounce back from that, I'd say.
Same with the Raiders. They're going to want to continue this form. Obviously, they've been 5 games undefeated so far since being knocked out of the Cup by Adelaide Blue Eagles on penalties. Other than that, they've stayed quite consistent in the previous 4 games, and they're looking to put their charge on the table and march up there as quickly as they can. Interesting stat as well that I saw today, number 18 for Campbelltown City, Yohei Matsumoto. A big figure in this club, in this league for the last few years. 0 goals this season in all competitions.
Really? Well, that surprises me as he heads the ball down there. Yeah, that's a surprising stat, but I don't doubt you.
Yeah, it's been 12 games. Obviously, he missed that cup game against Adelaide Blue Eagles they had a couple of weeks ago here, but he is yet to score a goal this season, and it seems like the goals so far have been coming from Mark Marino, Alex Mullen, Josh Murray, who's obviously serving his 2nd match of suspension tonight, and Josh Baresi off the bench has scored quite a few as well.
Yeah. So both these sides coming off a 2-2 draw last week. Last week was draws all round in the league, wasn't it? I think
around all the leagues even.
Yeah, well that's true, yeah. And in this particular division there was only 2 winners. Adelaide United won their game and Adelaide Olympic won their game, but everyone else drew. So I think there'll be a lot of teams coming out of last week thinking that it was a round of drop points. So I'm sure both these sides will be exactly the same. They'll be wanting to pick up and try and get one better this week.
And it's always good to see a standalone fixture on a Friday night, especially in a specific league like the NPL. A team like Campbelltown, they're always going to get a lot of supporters out here. You can see on the hill there, they're all enjoying the food and beverages here. And you've got other coaches and officials from other clubs as well. I saw some Adelaide City people as well here, and Metro Stars, etc. So I'm sure they're all going to want to see what happens in this game here, obviously, with 2 teams that are contending for some of the top positions in the league.
It is, I'll have you know, one of my favourite grounds in the competition. It is, it's very picturesque. Not so much at night, but during the day when you get the mountains up in the background or the hills up in the background, it is very picturesque. And the pitch itself looks immaculate, doesn't it? I mean, we're fairly early in the season still. I say that, but it is 9 rounds or so. But the pitch does look immaculate.
Yeah, I'd say the only thing is a centre circle looking almost reminiscent of a cricket pitch maybe, but the centre circle.
Yeah,
but otherwise, all around, it seems like it's quite a flat surface and they've trimmed it to perfection. Only thing annoying sometimes is those light poles.
Light bulbs?
Light poles.
Oh, light poles. They said the light bulbs.
Now, they turned up the brightness of them just before we got here, before kickoff as well. I saw the Lux, I think they call it, was turned up just before the kickoff.
Yeah.
It's Matsumoto on the left side now, faces up against Corbo. He's got Harley on the overlap. Tried to cut it back to the top of the box, but nobody was there, and Busasa will do well to keep this in. He does. Got a lot of space ahead of him as well as the fullback's been pulled out. It's Frank Busasa now. The young winger cuts in on his left. Marshed out expertly by Marisic there, though. Been one to watch over the last few weeks. I know Seven U put a spotlight on him last week, showing what he could do after that derby game that he scored the winner in. And it was a bit of a fiery game for him last week against Oliveira.
It was, yeah. There was a fair bit going on and off the ball between the two. But look, Busasa's an exciting player to watch. He wasted his chance there a little bit, I think. You know, maybe he had too much time in the ball and therefore too much time to think. But very exciting player to watch.
Another exciting wing on the other side is Stefan Matteo. He's just quietly scored quite a few goals for them this season. He scored 5 goals, Stefan Matteo. And that was something I didn't expect when I saw his stats. I thought he would have had 3 or 4 maybe, and I knew he scored an excellent one last week, but to score 5 goals already this part of the season as a winger as well is good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. His goal last week was very good as well. He just took it so well, opened up his body lovely and hit it to the far right as Campbelltown now build up on the left-hand side.
It's Mark Marino coming out wide this time, looking for a cross. Tries to float it back post. Joel Allright's there, playing his 401st game, of course, tonight. Finds the overlap, looking for a cut back. Was he pulled over? Referee says no. It was James Boffer on the far side. think one thing that Raiders have got to get used to in this game is how big the pitch is. It looks like every time either team break, there's so much space out wide, and especially that time with Marino.
Yeah, well, it's just a bit to remark. I mean, it's quite a wide-looking pitch. There's a fair distance between the touchline and the edge of the box. It is quite a wide-looking pitch. I'm not sure of its measurements exactly, but certainly plenty of acres of space for the wingers and the wing-backs to use.
Well, I'm sure that the dimensions of this pitch is probably why as well. A lot of A-League teams choose to use this as a training ground if they come here a bit earlier than their game as well, and I'm sure it really replicates the large pitches you see in the A-League and other top leagues. It's Yoshikawa now, looking for Alex Mullen. Finds some space at the top of the box. He floats one. Doesn't get under it though, and now Mateo can build.
So head-to-head over the last 7 years or so, Campbelltown have got 4 wins. There's been 1 draw. And Croatia Raiders have only got 1 win. And that last win that they had was way back in the 9th of March 2019. So it's 5 years, or just over 5 years, since Croatia Raiders have had a win in this tie.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats as well today. And then the fixtures all the way back to 2014 is when the app that I was using went back to. And there was 13 games between these two.
Yep.
10 wins for Campbelltown.
Yep.
1 draw and 2 losses, so it's been a quite one-way fixture between these two over the past few years.
I mean, to be fair, I suppose to Croatia Raiders, there's been a couple of years where they've been down in the division below. This is their first year back up after being down there last season, winning promotion this year. But even so, it's an impressive record for Campbelltown.
Especially in the early years as well, with some of those goals that were scored as well. Might be Jake Halliday gets on the end of this one. Finds Yoshikawa, he might open up for a shot. Look for the 1-2 that time, and they're going to have to come all the way back now as Campbelltown.
Impressive defending as a unit there, Croatia Raiders. You know, they were compact. Everyone was in the box, and the ball was drawn into the middle. They defended well there in numbers. Hard to weave a pass through when you've got, 8 or 9 players in front of you, isn't it? Here's all right.
Looks like they sprung it at that time. Looking for a great cross, but Marshalled out this time by Manly Barnett. He found a lot of space yet again there as Joe Allwright playing on the right wing tonight. He's obviously come in after an injury prior to that cup game they played against Blue Eagles, and he's finally getting a run in the team, and it looks like he's got that right wing spot under his wraps at the moment.
Yep.
Got an assist last week as well in the Anzac Day game against FK Beograd. And some of the other stats I was looking at, just the home record of Campbelltown versus Raiders. They had 6 games here, 5 wins, 1 loss. 14 goals scored here as well at home against Adelaide Croatia Raiders. Yoshikawa now looking back post. Alex Mullins there, he leaps high. Bicycle kick attempt by, I think, the left back, Jake Halliday. I don't see that much from the left fullback, but they're going to go all the way back now as Campbelltown. Time Allwright trying to switch it to Alex Mullen. He tried to get the flick on, but the wrong side of the defender that time in Corbo, and Busasa this time wins a free kick against Boffa on the opposite side.
Do you think Busasa worked that one? Didn't look like there was much in it. He went down fairly easily, but maybe I'm being a bit cynical. Alex Mullins had a couple of nice touches in the air, hasn't he? Just a lovely little flick-ons. I mean, he's tall, so if he gets up, he's probably going to beat you anyway, but the little flick-ons have been nice, haven't they?
It's going to be interesting to see what they do from set pieces. Obviously, you've got the imposing figure of Manly Barnett on the opposite side as well. So from set pieces, that's got to be the matchup you're looking forward to. Halliday again looking for Mullen. He does spin past Barnett this time. That was the matchup we're looking forward to. He's got players in the box if he can find them. Alex Mullen with the outside of the right foot. Falls to the top for Yoshikawa. Cleared off the line. And he sets it up now. Marino cleared again. It's still not away here. Yoshikawa. I think finally now Raiders are going to clear this. What a sequence there, David.
Well, I would call that fabulous football. That was magnificent. How exciting. What a scramble. Some great saves there, though, wasn't there? Just to clear the danger. And here come Croatia Raiders with Jai King Byrne in the middle again.
Now they're going to have their own attack to work with. It's Busasa on the right side. Goes one way, cuts inside. He's got King Byrne on the edge. They're going to be patient with this one now with Reece Thompson on the ball. Kimishima now. Bit of a bounce there as Thompson controls it. Looks for a long ball in behind. He finds Radici. He's in front of his defender. Or Radici tries to lay it off to Matteo, but he slips in the process. Now Yoshikawa's got time. Great ball there from Matsumoto. Back to him as well. Again, these width is where they're finding all the time and space. And it's Yoshikawa. Goes 1v1 with Thompson. One way, then the other. Drops the shoulder, left foot across. No one at the back post, but Allright's going to keep this alive. Floating it in. Alex Mullen heads it. Straight into the hands of Barbaro this time, though. Another attack from Campbelltown, David.
Yeah, really well built up on the left-hand side, and then the crossover to the far right where Allright put the ball back in. Mullen had time to take a shot, take a touch, didn't he, and bring it down, and maybe didn't realise that in the end his header was a bit weak and it was straight to the keeper. But look, Campbelltown look good, don't they? Over these first 12 minutes has just ticked over, and Campbelltown, I think, are looking the better of the two. Croatia Raiders maybe just need to settle a little bit. And maybe they'll get themselves into it a little bit more. But for me, Campbelltown have been arguably just marginally the better.
Obviously, home team advantage here for Campbelltown, knowing how to play on this large pitch of theirs as well. They seem to be just getting in behind and having so much space out wide on both widths at the moment. And it's just about time for Raiders to notice that themselves. And now it's Marino who's taken advantage of that. Loads of acres in front of him. Finds Matsumoto. Looking for a pass. Went in between two. Their referee says no foul. Now if Busasa can take this, he's got some space ahead of him. Kingburn. Long ball this time from Barnett to Matteo. Out-muscled that time from Boffa, and Mullen with another excellent touch. And Boffa tried to find the 1-2, but after a touchdown like that, I don't think he was ready to sprint in behind. Radici now trying to get his touch away. Just about does so, but only finds a red shirt. And that time, Alex Mullen's penalised for a bit of a high foot there on that challenge. Zafaridis now. Stefan Matteo. Too much ahead of Kimishima that time, and Daniel Mullen that time to clear. Busasa fouled again on the halfway line this time. Reece Thompson opts to take early, and he's found Corbo with acres of space ahead of himself. Looking to put a cross in. Cuts it back to Kingburn. Excellent save from Woodlands.
Nice strike by Kingburn, wasn't it? And he knows it's a missed chance, a squandered opportunity as he holds his hands in his face. But lovely work up the right-hand side. The cross came in, and Jai Kingburn hit it solidly enough and well enough, but straight at the keeper. A chance missed, excuse me, for Raiders, I'd say. It
was an opportune set piece as well. Reece Thompson letting the ball just about stop when he took that early free kick, and Corbo was on his bike ready to make that overlap, and he just got in behind the left fullback of Campbelltown and had acres to pick a spot.
Yeah, and Corbo was doing the same last week against Para Hills Knights. He was just a real threat coming forward like that, and it's a lovely move really by Croatia Raiders as a unit. But yeah, a missed chance definitely.
Corbo keeps this one alive now, and Reece Thompson wins that header. Raiders happy to clear all the way down to the Campbelltown keeper. It's a bit of a turnover here now. Kimishima, he's got players to his left and right, and he's just stumbled over the ball there. A vital moment.
Another moment for me where a player, I think, maybe just had more time. Sometimes you're better off not having the time to think, you know. And I think that was another opportunity or another moment there where a player maybe just had a little bit more time in the ball than was helpful, if that makes sense. Too much time to think.
Maybe the pitch is too big. He can't hear his teammates saying "man on." I don't know.
Yeah. There is a little bit of a bobble just at the edge of each of the areas, I think, as well. I mean, as much as I said earlier, the pitch looks good. I'll let you take this one.
It's all right, looking to float one back post. And I think Marino's going to get ahead of Corbo here. He's got Matsumoto. He might look for a 1-2. He does. This time finds Jake Halliday. No foul, says the referee. Marino might look to strike. He does. But unfortunately, it spins the opposite way that he was looking for. Yeah,
he sliced that one, isn't he? You wouldn't want to be out in the fairway with him. You'd spend all the day looking for balls out in the rough, I think. Didn't get onto it at all. But again, fast-paced build-up by Campbelltown, and another opportunity, half opportunity, maybe they've missed out on. So this is an unchanged lineup from last week for Campbelltown. Is that what we've agreed? Same starting 11.
Yep. And it's mostly been the same for the last few weeks, actually.
Yeah, one of the most static, unchanged lineups in the league. But the
only one would be Josh Murray when he was starting before that red card. But otherwise, it's been the same ever since. And
they got Malisi out in the red as well.
He's also. I'm not sure how many weeks he got though. I wasn't privy to that, but he's looked like probably a bit more dangerous one than Murray's did. Yoshikawa now lays back for Marino. Tries to dink it forward for Yoshikawa, but I think he might have been offside if he got a touch on that one.
Well, it's a coach's nightmare if Campbelltown get a decent result tonight. It'll be a coach's nightmare to see what happens when these suspensions are lifted and these players come back.
Especially if they can score a few goals. I mean, both those are strikers, Malisi and Murray, and I'm sure they want to get themselves back in the team, but obviously still see their team win tonight.
So Campbelltown to me look like they're playing a 4-1-3-2. It's hard to tell, they keep moving around, but that's the way it looks when they line up. They've got Marino up front as an out-and-out striker with Mullen up there too, but Mullen swapping from side to side. He pops up on the left, pops up on the right. He's currently on the right, but he has been over on the left as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different system without Murray. I mean, Alex Mullen in the first few games of the season was playing as more of an 8 or a midfielder, definitely, while Murray was up top there with whoever was partnering him. Obviously, that was Baresi at some weeks and Marino and the others. But with the inclusion of Joel Allwright and they need him out wide for those deliveries and to pick up the ball, maybe it's sent Mullen a bit more forward. I definitely saw it last week.
Yep.
When they were lining up against FK Beograd, that it looked like they almost had two up front there. But it looks like obviously it's one of them playing off the other. Probably Marino playing off Mullen as he can win those area balls fantastically. Marisic again this time putting on his head, and he wins that flick, but nobody's there to get the seconds.
And Brandon Centofanti looks like he's clearly playing in the number 6 role as well. So Campbelltown look like it's a 4-1-3-2.
I think you find interesting as well when Campbelltown have the ball, when Raiders have the ball, and watching the Raiders shape at the back, they almost leave two centre backs and maybe like a box at the back. They have two centre-backs there, and then they have the full-backs coming either inside or out wide for an overlap. But in those first few attacks you saw, there was the full-backs that were out of position because they obviously just had the ball, Raiders, and they were looking to build up with a box at the back. So I think you'll find it interesting when you can see a bit more of that open up in this first half.
Yep.
As you can see now, Corbo drifting into the middle there, while the centre-back Barnett and Ikeda there are staying central. It's obviously something that the Raiders coach, Vlada Blazeka, has worked on. It's Yoshikawa. He's got a 2v1. If he can square this, he goes himself.
Oh, side netting.
Looks like he might have got a deflection out for a corner. Marino was there screaming for it far post, and he looks disappointed with that one, but it looks like it was fantastic defending, actually, from the Raiders' counterparts.
Every right to go for it, though, didn't he? I mean, he was clean through in goal. You know, he possibly could have played Marino in on the far left, but perfectly entitled for the shot himself, I think. And obviously, it's been blocked. Side netting, but a deflected one. So we have a corner on the far side. 21 minutes gone.
Yoshikawa to take it as well. Goes near post this time for a flick. It was Halliday that was closest to it, and it might have been Mullen who tried to get the flick on. Now they're going to counter themselves. Stefan Mateo on the left side. I look to switch this. He does. Corbo out wide right now, looking for a bounce. Bit soft from King Byrne there. And Matsumoto does expertly well to keep this in. Halliday now turns it over, does he? Just about recovers. It's another man that we're looking forward to seeing tonight as well, Paul Radici. 5 goals in his last 3 games, 6 for the season. Yeah,
he got 2 last week at the Para Hills Knights game that I was at with Seb O'Neill in the commentary box. And
he got 1. I think Mateo got the other one.
All right. Oh, yes, you're correct. My mistake. He did only get the 1. And that 1, I'd love to have a chat with him because I reckon that 1 came off his back.
His back or his backside?
No, I think it was his back. He's gone up for the header and I reckon it came off his back. But certainly a good week for them last week. Parrells Knights getting the 2 points there. Croatia Raiders get the 2 points there. What's going on with me tonight?
We see Mateo's on the ball this time, but it's just been a fantastic run of form he's been in. Scored that hat-trick against Adelaide Comet, Scored 1 the next week and then in the derby, and then he scored again at home against Para Hills last week. So it's been a great 3-game run, and he's going to look to continue it tonight. Zafarides can deliver this ball now. Still tussling with Buffer. Looks like it might go out for a corner. It does. So they have won this corner, Adelaide Croatia Raiders, and now they're going to be able to set up for a set piece, and might be a bit of a danger in the air, Paul Radici.
Yep. Good work by Zafarides in the far side as well to win that corner. Entertaining game so far, very open, isn't it? End to end and open game. I think, as I mentioned before, Campbelltown have maybe been marginally the better, but Croatia Raiders look like a side that are out here to try and get something. It's going to be Kimishima to float this in now. Goes short for Zafarides' left foot. Opts to go on his right though. Maybe that was wrong decision as it doesn't beat the first man. Now it's Campbelltown. If Yoshikawa get his touch here, he doesn't. Corbo wins it. And Busasa just trods on the ball, and he might still be able to go forward here. And he's let that go over the sideline, and he's not got that throw in either. Interesting matchup on this left side near to us with Busasa and Halliday. He's thrown all the tricks at him so far, but haven't been bought just yet. Mullen now into the feet of Marino, and he flicks that one over the head of Boffa. It's something you don't want to see as a fullback, the ball going over your head. I'm sure he's going to give Marino a bit back for that one, as Raiders have a throw in now in the attacking half. Referee says no as Boffa goes down under the challenge of Radici, and Reese Thompson now looks for feet. Again, as you said, it skips up just there in front of the box, and it happened again that time in front of King Byrne.
Receives it again. Looks for the 1-2 with Radici. Seems like they can't get it out of that attacking third at the moment, Campbelltown. Good touch that time from Alex Mullen and sets away Jake Halliday. If he can get a touch here, Ked has come all the way. And he's pressured him into an unforced error, it looks like.
Yeah. I think the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes, since the 20-minute mark, I think Croatia Raiders have just gone through a period of ascendancy. They've been the better of the two just over the last sort of 5 or 6. Look a lot more comfortable, and I think, as I mentioned earlier on, I think they just maybe needed time to settle. They've maybe had that now, and they're coming into the game more.
Look like they're finding those gaps as well as King Burns threads it over the side for Matteo. Good tackle this time, and it looks like it might be a painful injury for Boffa. He's holding his hamstring there, and he's limping as well. I don't think this is good.
No, it's a significant limp too. It's not just a... Yeah, he looks quite uncomfortable, doesn't he?
I think it might be that man I was waving to before the game. Connor Santafanti might be the one to take his place, a natural right fullback as well.
Yeah, well, he's been summoned straight away from where the substitutes are warming up. So, yeah, I think a change is certain. But, yeah, lovely build-up by Croatia Raiders there, wasn't it? What a beautiful cross ball by Jai King Byrne to that far side. Showing a lot of confidence, the team as a whole just sort of coming into it now.
Taking their time to get some instructions in. Corbo talking with Blazeka on the near side here. And it looks like he is limping straight into the change rooms there, Boffa. And it is going to be the early substitution of Connor Santafanti to take the field. Taking his time to get this substitution. It's always a tough thing to come on in the first half as an injury replacement. You just got your jacket on, got your trackies on, and ready to sit on the bench for the first half. And now you've got to put your shin pads on, your tape on, lift your socks up, and get ready to go into this game.
He looked quite comfortable down there in his pipe, with his pipe and his slippers on, didn't he?
Sure, he had to put that hot cocoa in the bin before he came on.
Yeah. So you're anticipating that'll be a straight swap then, defender for defender?
Yeah, he's a natural fullback, Connor Santafanti, and he's going to slot right in there. He's played a few games this season, started a few as well, and with Boffa coming back from his own red card, he was obviously the deputy, but now that he's out for the hamstring, it's probably something he wants to look forward to and try and cement his place in the lineup in his absence. Can get a first few touches under a bit of pressure here, and he gives it away to Matteo that time. He will do well not to give away a corner here, and it's played all the way back to Zafaridis. Corboy now puts it again back post. King Byrne might be there, but Santafanti lays the header onto his brother. Header to header there. Now Matteo tries to get him behind. Was he dragged back? Looked like it, but it's going to be cleared out with nothing doing so far.
It was a testing and teasing little cross into the middle by Corbo, wasn't it? Nothing came of it, but we're continuing with Croatia Raiders pressure here.
And just as we said, when they do have the ball, how they build up at the back there. That's Reece Thompson, who's playing in the midfield. Manly Barnett, the centre-back, and that's Corbo in the middle there, who sometimes finds himself on the edge of the box.
Yeah, there he is again. He's picked the ball up in that 6th position, so that's where he seems to go when they're attacking.
Zafaridis looking deep for somebody there, but he had nothing doing, and now Woodlands looks for a 1v1 here with Marino and Barnett, but Barnett reads that best, and Corbo goes on another charging attack forward. He's got not much to aim for in the middle. Do well to win a corner, and he does.
Actually, you're right. There was nothing for him to aim for in the middle. He looked up, had a glance, and there was no options. So they've won the corner.
It is a very intriguing way, though, the way the Croatia Raiders play. I'm not sure if I've seen this in their previous games, the way they build up like that with Corbo right in the centre there. And if it's on the left side, there's Zafaridis just there whipping every ball in. But it's very refreshing to see a team play like this. Going to be the left foot in swinger of Zafaridis this time. Goes near post. Comes off all right, and he goes to the deck, and Zafaridis got a free run to float another one in. This one is way too close to the keeper, though.
Yeah, poor cross in the end. It was just far too close to the keeper, but he had the right idea. Swing it in with the left. Hopefully a glancing header might have picked it up, but look, the first 20 minutes, I think, for me were Campbelltown, and we're at the 32-minute mark, the last 12 minutes or so that takes us to this point in time in the game. Croatia Raiders have been the better two, and Campbelltown give it away cheaply again.
Zafaridis to Mateo this time. Goes one way than the other, floats one in. Inadvertently comes back to Zafaridis, who stayed on side, says the linesman. Floats one into Busasa, pushing the back. Referee sees that as well and gives the foul.
Campbelltown now coming forward on the left-hand side. Mullen with the chip.
Almost looked like it was going to creep in there, but I think the wind's probably taking it down a bit for Barbaro to claim. Woodlands now floats it up there for another battle between Halliday and Corbo. Busasa now picks it up. A lot of space, and you can see Marino remonstrating with one of the defenders to get a bit closer here. It's going to be Busasa. Matsumoto, though, does fantastic to get his body in front and win the free kick.
Yeah, superb defending.
Just threw his body in front of it and hope for the best, and looks like Busasa tripped him up just as he was shielding that away.
Slight hint of frustration between some of the Campbelltown City players there. There's a little bit of arguing still going on out there between them. So
that one's between Blazeka and Busasa. Great touch from Marino, spreads it out to all right. He drives in, looks back for Marino, good touch. Shapes up with his left, and it's deflected out for a corner.
Difficult ball to control that when it's coming in just below your head, just too high for your chest, and that pace as well. But Marino did well to try and kill the pace of the ball, but didn't quite get it under control enough to get a decent shot in.
And you can see what he wanted to do there, just turn and shift it onto a volley, but fortunately it's been deflected out and he might have another chance from the corner. Yoshikawa again, might go short. Goes near post. Little flick there from Alex Mullen. Nobody was there at the back post. That was Jake Halliday, actually, who got the flick on. And Alex Mullen was at the back post, but he couldn't slide in for it.
Yeah, another little half chance for Campbelltown City, and one they might rue missing later in the game.
Barbaro goes short to Zafaridis. He goes long to Radici, who holds it up well. Finds Matteo, who goes 1v1 against Centofanti. Looked for the ball to Kingburn, and it was intercepted.
Ooh. I wouldn't want to trip over the ball with Alex Mullen chasing me down, would you?
I don't think so. Yohei Matsumoto, he might keep this alive. He does. He's got Corbo chasing him. And he's got the overlap of Halliday. Opts to go himself. Floats it back post. Mullen. Matriciani remonstrating with the linesman that he was pulled back there, Mullen, as he went to try and get the touch. But nothing doing, says the linesman and the referees.
Yeah, I think the theory was that Aikida, the Adelaide Croatia's player, had just maybe tugged in the shirt as Mullen had gone for the ball. But it was interesting that Mullen didn't really put in a claim of foul play. Raiders slick passing over the last 15 minutes. It seems to have...
And it's an inadvertent back pass this time. It's Radici. Fake to go the first time, and he's misplaced the pass. That's a massive chance, David.
Well, I was just saying before that attack started there that for me, the Raiders went through a period where their passing was really slick. The passing and movement was really good, and over the last couple of minutes, that just seems to have dropped off, and that's epitomised at that little incident just there. And it's allowed Campbelltown just to get themselves back into this game a little bit.
Well, it was interesting to see there. The ball played back to the keeper, and they chose to all go up and press from that moment. And they might get another opportunity here with Kingburn. Knocks it past Halliday, and Corbo's going to get set to deliver one, maybe. Go on a little run himself, maybe. It was an inadvertent pass from Woodlands that was intercepted by Radici, and he chose to stutter and take it on the second attempt, but he had to spin back, and outside of the boot pass was just a bit weak to find somebody in the middle there, unfortunately. But if he took that first time, it might have been a different story.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Marisic now looking up there for Alex Mullen. Chests it down, perfection again to all right. Matsumoto, he's got Halliday here if he wants him. Looks like he'll make an inverter run, though. And Matsumoto looks for Marino. Gets space, has a little shot. Deflected out this time. Little snapshot from Marino there. So all he needs, a little bit of space, and he'll crack it. Matsumoto now. Gets the 1-2 there from Allright. Look to float one in and just goes out for a corner. And they've got another opportunity here just before 5 minutes before the half here. Campbelltown another corner. Yoshikawa. Again, Mullins there. This time Corbo wins the header over top of him. And Marino can look to find him now. Goes for the 1-2 with Halliday, and Marisic now has time to deliver. It's a dangerous one for Barbara. It looked like he might have ducked under that one, but it's gone on the top of the net.
That's confidence in Barbaro, the goalkeeper there, to let that go. I mean, he's obviously far better positioned to see it than we are, but he's had a good first half, hasn't he? And that stop in the first half and that goal-mouth scramble was a piece of excellent goalkeeping. So, but he's had a good first half.
Well, he's obviously taken that number one spot from John Solari as well. He's on the bench again today.
That's right, yeah.
Last few games, the youngster's been in goals there, and fairly sure he's under 21 years of age, because I actually played with him when I played at Raiders, and he was in the under 18s, I think. Or he might have been in the 16s when I was there, and he was interchanging with the keeper, but he's definitely under 21, that's for sure. Kimishima now. He's got an overlap of Zafaridis if he wanted him. Goes for the 1-2 instead. Almost got his heels cleaned, and great ball ahead of Corbo, who's going to whip one in now. Top of the box for King Byrne, who went for the flick, and I think the referee's called for a high foot there. Another great touch from Alex Mullen, but couldn't find anybody at the bottom of that. Zafaridis looks for Radici. Great flicking behind, but great speed to the ball there from Corbo as well, beating all right. And it's got numbers around everything at the moment, Croatia Raiders. Zafaridis now can float one in. Back post. Almost in there. I thought it was going to float in. It's going to stay alive here with Busasa, though. Tackled well, though, from Halliday, and almost a little half chance there, David.
Yeah, another bracing attack down that left-hand side. And, yeah, I mean, the Raiders look good when they get that passing and movement going, don't they?
Corbo again. Let's see, he wants to deliver it, but he had a player in the way. Reese Thompson now with the 1-2. Gets it again. Reese Thompson just about defended out the way. Might go for a throw-in for Croatia again. A little bit of pressure at the end of this half here from them. King Byrne. Reese Thompson, bit of space. Again, looks for the touch. He found Radici, and he's just got crowded out that time from Halliday. It's been a tactical battle between these two in the first half so far. The two opposing formations, as you see, a couple of the wingers switch ways as well this time, with all right on this near side, and Matsumoto's gone to the far. Just the way they both build up with the ball is completely different and good in their own ways. It just seems like Campbelltown haven't been able to get their foot on the ball and create a meaningful chance themselves. Busasa does win the foul ahead of Halliday this time. They've had a good battle in this first half.
Yeah, they have, haven't they? Busasa's a bit unhappy with that last challenge, but and I noticed Joel Allright's popped up on the left here now. The last minute or so he's been over here on this side.
Yeah, him and Matsumoto have switched wings there just at the end of that goal kick before. Mullen pressuring Reese Thompson here. Going to clear it as far as Matsumoto and Brandon Centofanti. Daniel Mullen having a bit of a gallop there, but he couldn't find anybody at the top of the box. And Mateo's clearance is straight into the hands of Campbelltown City.
That's us just ticked over the 45 minutes here now.
Campbelltown again giving it away, this time to Kimishima and King Byrne. He's been dragged down by Daniel Mullen, who's really aggressive in his tackles at the moment. Busasa cuts in to Radici, and that's a tame shot for Alex at Woodlands. There's another giveaway, though, that time from Campbelltown. They were trying to play out of the back there, and just ahead of the halfway line where the point of engagement is for Croatia Raiders. They just won that ball, got some numbers around it, and tried to play it into the box. They got another shot away, but again, it's just not damaging enough to change that scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, I think Campbelltown have been a little bit guilty at times of just giving the ball away a bit cheaply, although having said that, Croatia Raiders have just done this the very same. But there again, a wayward pass, a couple of wayward passes and possession switches both ways.
Marino now to Alex Mullen. Looks for the 1-2. Yoshikawa flicks it over the top. Matsumoto's in behind. And he's missed all of the target, and maybe that's why he's got no goals this season, David.
Yeah. Look, no offside. I mean, I looked straight over to the far side to the linesman, half expecting the flag to go up, but it didn't. So that's a very clear chance missed, isn't it? Squandered. Campbelltown should have had a couple of goals this half, eh? Well, actually, having said that, so should Croatia Raiders. This game could potentially have been 3-3 at half time. Instead, it's 0-0, and we're in the 47th minute.
Kingburn tried to get away from Centofanti, but an excellent challenge from him. Wins that ball, and he's going to keep this fantastically as well. Goes for the overlap. Yoshikawa, he's got a winger out there, and Matsumoto if he can find him. Mullen looks like he might. And that's the half-time whistle here. It's 0-0. A couple goals could have happened for both sides tonight, but their finishing hasn't been on par with some of their recent results. Obviously, they're scoring plenty in their previous games, but more to play in the second half, and we'll catch you then.
Get your school holiday football fix these April school holidays. With tailored football development sessions for all. Filled with skills, games and fun from accredited coaches. With options of single days and multiple camp days. The Football South Australia April School Holiday Camps. Sign up now at footballsa.com.au.
It's never too late to improve your strength, balance, well-being and independence. Our Strength for Life program encourages all older South Australians to start moving and enjoy an active lifestyle, make friends, build strength and inevitably age well. Strength for Life sessions are offered in almost 100 locations across South Australia, with new sites opening all the time. Check out the COTA.SA website to find your nearest location.
Strength for Life is an individualised program which is delivered in a group setting. We aim to keep older South Australians connected with their community, preventing social isolation and also keeping their bodies strong, flexible, managing falls and keeping them engaged. We're super excited to be partnering with Football SA at this state-of-the-art location. It's a beautiful venue. It will really benefit the local community through the Northfield and Jepps Cross surrounding areas to be able to access Strength for Life. And together we are working to improve everyone's futures.
out, goes top corner and is in.
A captain's contribution for Luke Klimek.
Written in the stars for Nicholas Bucco.
Oh my God! That's another one for Montbury Tech.
It's Fabian Barbiero.
Your NPL champions, Adelaide United.
As here come our two sides. The bar has been set. It's a great run from Kyra Cooney-Cross.
Turn under pressure.
Here come the Socceroos again. Good one on the right foot, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough. What a goal! The Matildas are running amok. Opens up for the shot.
Sinclair at the double. There's the back foot. Australia head over heels about this superstar.
In their first goal there, but now we look here to kick off between Flinders and Adelaide Comets. McDonald Hall. Ball comes in. Sugihara gets the touch. Captured there by Molino. Comets getting another opportunity. Answers as of yet, but Flinders doing well to hold their own. The effort from range. Oh, wow. An unbelievable finish.
What a goal.
Comets will be facing Western Strikers of the WSL. We'll just hold off on that now while Adelaide Comets look to get forward. Sugihara. Opportunity arises for Flinders, easily caught by Chekowitz. Having the effort from range. Inter not having a great start to the season. Flinders looking like a completely different side from last year. Comets with the opportunity. Cleared away, falls to Nicola. We've got a few players. The ball just needing to be dealt with here.
Yeah, happy for Liv. She's one of the most hard-working people I know, and just let that play out. Yeah, she's one of the most hard.
Nicola. Ball through. Hazelwood. Great save just to keep it out by Molino. Concedes the corner, however. Through ball for Nicola. Has it wide again through Hazelwood. In plenty of space. Has the shot. Captured by Molino. Hankins looking for Hazelwood.
Jeez Louise.
Ball delivered in. Headed away to Beale. On the edge of the box. Has the shot.
Oh my gosh.
Bethany Beale with the equaliser. And you can't say they didn't deserve it. Unbelievable. Can't complain. Ball comes in. Headed away. Referee has the whistle to his mouth.
Wow.
And full time. Flinders with that late equaliser through Bethany Beale. Seals the point. And you'd have to say that'd be a point gained and 2 points lost for Adelaide Comets after holding out for so long.
Get your school holiday football fix these April school holidays. With tailored football development sessions for all. Filled with skills, games and fun from accredited coaches. With options of single days and multiple camp days. The Football South Australia April School Holiday Camps. Sign up now at footballsa.com.au.
And the future is orange for Stratline. Flinders are in the lead. Rachel Quigley. Oh, that's absolutely brilliant.
LA Comets to 2023 premiers.
Saved by Pomeroy. They had to go the distance and then some.
Italian derby tonight. I think that's why they've got us on here, haven't they?
Yeah, I reckon they've looked at our backgrounds and thought, let's get these boys on. But we'll go through the starting lineups of both sides, starting with the home side, Adelaide City. Number 4, Arok. Yeah, it's one of his first chances here for Adelaide City. Paddy Carachia. He's come on in the first 5 games so far this season. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do from the start here. And I'm sure he's played there. And then obviously you've got on the Campbelltown side, Josh Murray coming against his former team in Adelaide City. And you've got Alexander Woodlands, Joel Allwright as well. James Boff obviously misses out tonight, but he was a former City player as well. As we see them kick off. Nips past the rock, whips one in. Marino. Matsumoto just past the post there. First chance to Campbelltown kind of heals, so maybe that's the avenue for them so far in this game. It's Bressan now. Near post this time. No header. Cleared off the line. It's Carachia who gets the goal and opens the scoring here for Adelaide City. Scoring his first for the club, Connie. Maury, though, he's away here with Stokes. Goes first time, Maury. Just past the post. Didn't probably connect on it as he would like, but counter-attack here from Adelaide City. Marino, no foul, says the referee. Mark Marino's in behind. Chips him. Just past the post. What a chance for Campbelltown. Good triangle play there. Matsumoto. Maury again picks it up. Maury, is he tripped? Referee says yes, and it's a penalty for Campbelltown.
Fairly easy decision for referee Daniel Faulkner to make.
It's Alex Mullen now looking to extend his lead as the top scorer in this fixture. Alex Mullen, the captain. Top corner, equalised for Campbelltown City. 1-1 here.
An absolute rocket into the roof of the net.
Couldn't find anyone. Jake Halliday now, does he wind up and shoot? He does, Jake Halliday! What a save from Oshenham. I could see him winding that one up from a mile away. But 4 of those goals were for Adelaide City against Campbelltown. It's a goal from Josh Murray. City's boy is Campbelltown's man. And he gets the early goal for Campbelltown to put him 2-1 ahead. What a volley into the top corner from him. Murray slipped in behind again this time. He's going to look to square it. He does square it to Marino! And he's scored his 5th goal against Adelaide City, Mark Marino. And they take an unassailable 3-1 lead, Connie. Centofanti in the wrong area, unfortunately. Adam Piscineri lines up. Oh. Off the crossbar from Adam Piscineri. Fantastic strike from him, but he couldn't get it to dip all the way down. And good tackle, though, on Matsumoto. To deliver with his left foot, he does. Not a dangerous enough area, though, and it's straight into the hands of Woodlands. Good fight, though, from Bucco there. That's secured 3 points for them. It's also a red card in that West Times Bacala vs Cumberland game. And there's full time here at Adelaide City Park. And the away side has come away in the derby with a 3-1 win, and some excellent goals here from Campbelltown City. Back underway here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. Still 0-0 here, so we're waiting for a goal to enlighten us. We're going to hope it's going to come in this second half, and both teams as well have got some attacking benches to look forward to as well. Winds died down as well. Just before the game, it was getting a bit breezy up here, but by the time the game started, the gods have just let it settle for a bit.
Yeah, it's quite a still night now as the second half gets underway.
Matsumoto's in behind here with a great ball. Looks to cut it back for Marino. And he gets the bottom corner goal. Mark Marino. He's on fire at the moment. 2 goals in 2. And he gets a goal early in this second half in front of the home supporters.
Nice finish, and I think it's the first time that they've hit a shot either side of the keeper rather than straight at him. And a goal early on. I think we've only played, 45 seconds of this first half, 40 seconds of this, second half. And it's 1-0 Campbelltown City.
Well, you can see a couple of the supporters just coming back here from their half-time food as well. And by the time they come around that corner, they would have seen that goal nestled in the far corner.
Or they're still stuck in the canteen and they missed it altogether.
Well, luckily the canteen is right behind the goals, so I'm sure they would have heard that net rippling sound. But what a start from him, though. Mark Marino, his 5th goal of the season now. Now Raiders got some work to do to get back into this game.
Well, the first half was entertaining enough, wasn't it? But the game's been crying out for a goal. So now that we've got one, I think you might find it changes the complexity or the fabric of it. So let's see what happens now.
Marisic now clears only as far as Thompson, and he's got Alex Mullen to deal with, but evades that challenge. Switch all the way as far as Mateo, who controls it quite well, but he's offside.
He might have handled it as well, do you think? Offside anyway, so it's irrelevant, but nice cross ball though. There's another glancing header by Mullen. He's great at that, isn't he?
Looks like he's found every long ball that's come down to him, he's always headed it down to somebody else. Now Matsumoto looks for him himself. Alex Mullen! Oh, what a save from Vincent Barbaro, though, to deny him. And a diving header from the captain, Alex Mullen, is clawed away from Barbaro. What a save there, David.
Oh, that was class. Absolute class. Mullen's header was well placed enough, wasn't it? Maybe. No, he probably, had he gone any further to the left, he would probably hit the post or maybe gone wide. So let's not fault the header, but what a save by Barbaro. Class.
Clawed it out like a cat, and now Mullen finds Alex Mullen this time. All right, tried to find Marino, but I don't think he's got legs to chase onto that one.
Had the right idea, just hit it a little bit too heavy, didn't he?
Broussard surveys both challenges there. He might have inadvertently elbowed Halliday there as he's holding his eye. But now Radici, he does the same, and he can't keep it in, though. Looked like he got past the challenge there of Marisic, but might have gone out on the far side, it looks like. Yoshikawa now. And it looks like it's Centofanti to make the overlap. He might get on the end of this, as it was just left that time from Zafaridis. They've pressed well in this corner, and they might just get on the end of this, but it's a inadvertent pass from Daniel Allen to Alex Mullen there. Kimishima now tried to drive forward and have a strike, and as has been their night so far, Croatia Raiders haven't seemed to be hitting the target with some venom.
No, that was a wayward shot, wasn't it? And shots they have had in target, they've tended to hit directly towards the keeper and not to either side. So disappointing finish there.
An inadvertent back pass there from Allright. Leads to Kimishima having a chance on the edge of the box, and he looked like he was nudged over there, but referee says no this time, and they're still going to win it back, Croatia Raiders. An excellent pass from Reece Thompson to Kimishima, off the post, and nobody's there to get the rebound. Another chance goes begging for Croatia Raiders, but Kingburn might keep it alive here, and Inovan back header there from Campbelltown, from Centofanti into his own player's back of the head. It looked like it almost looped into the top corner.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it could have gone anywhere, really. Exciting little passage of play there. Desperately unlucky not to get something from it. They're Croatia Raiders. And for all their efforts, all they have is a corner. Allright a little bit guilty of giving the ball away the other way, just quietly.
Just a bit of a soft back pass there. Might have got a bit of a bobble himself, but looks like they recovered it for now. This one goes far post. Busasa tried to get a touch onto it, but Yoshikawa's going to, as the same as Matsumoto in the first half, wins a foul off him.
Yeah, an exciting first 5 or 6 minutes of this half. I've had a goal already and a shot off the post up the other end. Yeah, no. Exciting start to the second stanza. Yeah, look, for me that's deserved. I think Centofanti had a little bit of a swipe there and caught the ankle, so for me that's a deserved yellow. Seemed a bit unnecessary as well. In the middle of the park, 1-0 up. Nasty little clip. So Kimishima pulls himself back up to his feet, somewhat gingerly, and Croatia Raiders take their free kick and look to build up on the left-hand side. Kimishima with the ball now.
Big sliding tackle from Alex Mullen that time. He's not afraid to get a booking.
I wouldn't like Alex Mullen coming at me like that.
He's an imposing figure in the air and on the ground as well.
Frightening.
Good touch there from Mateo, but it's marshalled out from Connor Centofanti, who lays it to his brother in Brandon. Great touch ahead and body as well from Alex Mullen to keep that ball and win the free kick. A couple dummies over it as Allright spreads it that time to Matsumoto. Looks like might be advantage from that. The referee didn't have his hand up, but it looked like a foul there on the far side. Yoshikawa does well to spin Thompson now on the far side. He looked to pull him back maybe. Still going Yoshikawa. And he finds Joel Allright on the far right. Looks for a cutback. Might get a second opportunity. This time tries it in. Joel Allright at the near post. Absolutely rifles into the back of the net and puts Campbelltown 2 ahead.
It was a lovely finish, wasn't it? All right, you know, I was a little bit critical of him a moment ago when he gave the ball away cheaply, but persistence paid off there, and he's hit it beautifully up into the roof of the net from the tightest of angles. 2-0. 10 minutes gone, second half. Football's the winner tonight, isn't it, Alessio?
That's for sure. What a start to this second half. We talked about some troubles in front of goals from both sides in that first stanza, but They've started the second one with aplomb.
Yeah, nice, yeah. Feel a bit sorry there for Barbaro. He's had a great first half, the goalkeeper for Croatia Raiders, but just come undone there. Barnett's now making his way off to the sidelines. Looks like he's picked up a knock, so he'll go off to the side to pick up some attention from the physio, the magic sponge. But
looks like it might be lower back as well as the game kicks off. But he might not want to get out of this game for too long while Campbelltown are on the ascendancy. He's going to get some massage. Yeah, it looks like it is the lower back that he's struggling with at the moment. He makes his way back onto the field now. Hopefully that's not too serious. Their regular captain is still out, Anthony Costa. He's got that groin issue that seems to be quite serious, as he's missed so far of this season, and he's yet a fair few weeks away as well. Hopefully in the second part of the season he'll have some impact in his team. Corbo now in the centre of the park. He's got a couple out wide there. Kingburn and Busasa. Another smart foul one this time from Mark Marino. Almost a ball ahead of Marino there. He might find his way onto this, but Corbo might marshal this out, and he's going to give away the throw-in even.
Statistically speaking, it's going to be hard for Croatia Raiders to come back from this. I mean, Campbelltown City's defence is fairly mean. They've only, up until tonight, conceded 9 goals in these rounds. I think this is round 9, isn't it, Alessio?
It is.
Thank you very much. So they're only conceding a goal a game, Campbelltown City. So to win this now, obviously Croatia Raiders are looking for 3 goals against a very tight defence, despite Campbelltown City sitting 5th in the table.
It's like,
not sure how Croatia Raiders will get 3 goals to win it, but if they get 1 goal and get themselves back into it, all things could change, of course, couldn't they?
Well, it looks like it's going to be Jacob Vanderhout to make his way onto the pitch. He was on the bench last week, but didn't come off. So they only made 2 substitutions last week, Vlado Blazeka, and he's going to make one here, and it's going to be, to my knowledge, a midfielder.
Yeah, you're right. The only 2 substitutions he made last week were Jai King-Byrne, who came on for Callum Campbell, and Oliver Trimboli, who also came on. So. Just off camera, Manly Barnett's receiving some additional treatment in the side, so the Croatia Raiders stalwart at the back, obviously still in a little bit of physical distress.
And it looks like might be Corbo, who is also in some. And it looks like he was the one to come off there, Brad Corbo. And that does mean that Reece Thompson is slotted in there at right fullback, while Jacob Vanderhout has found his way at the base of the midfield where Reece Thompson was prior. We're talking about just at half-time how versatile Reece Thompson is in playing some positions this season for his team. Played his way at right fullback, left fullback in the 6, and sometimes out wide right as well. And with an injury to it looks like his Corbo, he's found his way at right fullback tonight, David.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a very versatile player and a total footballer, as they would have said in the 70s and in that era. So, yeah, very talented.
Another sliding challenge from Alex Mullen, and Kimishima tried to get his body in front, but Alex Mullen shows him how it's done if he wins that free kick.
And Mullen drew about 4 players towards himself there as well. That final tackle came in, there was 4 Croatia players surrounding him, so talk about drawing attention to yourself, eh?
It is unfortunate, though, that Brad Corbo's found his way to the bench now. I thought he was a bright spark for Croatia Raiders in this first half especially, and especially how they were trying to build out from the back there. He was a vital cog in that piece. Another poor pass from Allwright, though, as he lays that back to Croatia. And I think that's just behind Stefan Matteo that time. They also mentioned to me at the start of the game as well, the president of Campbelltown, to let them know who the man of the match is so far. Any candidates for you?
Well, look, I mean, Alex Mullen's had a good game, isn't he? He's the one that immediately springs to mind. Just let you talk through this.
It's going to come all the way back post to him, and he just was taken off his toe there from Barnett. But yeah. I think I agree with you. He's probably one of the main candidates so far, unless one of those attackers in Marino and Allwright can get a second goal or an assist for themselves. But he's been the one so far that's just knotted everything down and kept it ticking for Campbelltown and winning a lot of free kicks in that middle period as well.
Yeah. Allwright for me, he's just been a little bit off his game tonight. I don't mean to be negative, but just a couple of short passes that haven't quite met the target and a few cross balls that haven't quite made it to their intended place. So just a little bit off his game for me tonight, Allwright.
Yoshikawa now. Goes for Halliday, who just flicks it to that far post, but it's over the top, and that's an excellent header from that corner. He just didn't get it down enough.
Absolutely. And not just to Halliday, but to an unmarked Halliday. I mean, they left him free, didn't they? Didn't pick him up. I didn't see who was on him when the corner was taken, but yeah, unmarked, free header.
Great connection on it as well. I mean, you see a lot of people like that who get 2 over the top of the ball or even 2 under the ball and it goes straight over, but the shape on that header was fantastic to see as well. Going for an all-out press here. Now Croatia Raiders, and Centofanti almost gifts them the ball. Woodlands now goes for a 2v1, and Mullen this time loses the header.
Tell you what, Daniel Mullen at the back's had a fairly solid game for Campbelltown as well. You know, hasn't done much wrong really, has he? He's had a commanding role at the back. Comes forward like a striker too, doesn't he? Does all the fancy moves, feints one way and goes the other, and here he's on the ball now. And for me, he's had a solid game too.
Well, I'm sure it's not the first time the Campbelltown president has to give a man of the match award to a Mullen. So we're going to have to try and pick one out, or hopefully somebody else can catch our eye. I'm sure they've each received enough prizes to fill a cabinet. The 2-time Melter medal winner in Alex Mullen.
It'd be nice to give it to somebody else, though, wouldn't it? I mean, Mullen every week, isn't it? If it's not Mullen A, it's Mullen B, so it would be nice to give it to somebody else, wouldn't it, if we could pick somebody else? But they're the 2 that stand out for me so far.
And it's going to find Mullen A on the far left. He tries to dink it in top of the box. Barnett doesn't clear well. Marino might look for a strike. He's crowded out. And Allwright tries to throw a left-footed at, but that one's hit the solar panels.
Joel, what's going on with you tonight? Haven't hit the roof. Hit the roof behind the stand. Just off his game a little bit for me tonight, as I mentioned before, but Look, fantastic player ordinarily, so
Thompson now looks for the feet of Radici. It finds its way to him. He looks for a 1-2 with Busasa, but Halliday's had his number all night so far. Centofanti, another excellent ball this time to Matsumoto out wide left. He's got a fair few in the middle to aim at as well. There's about 3 of them there.
Yeah, 3 on 3. He's elected to not immediately deliver, though.
Goes inside and just about keeps it alive. I think Barbara's going to claim that one, though.
Great cross ball by Centofanti, wasn't it, to set that up? Wonderful, wonderful ball.
Looks like they're going to make a sub themselves, Campbelltown. It looks like it's Josh Baresi, who's getting primed and instructed on where he's going to come. Primarily a striker. It plays out wide as well. You might see him on this right side for all right. He's a left footer, so he'll cut in. He also scored last week as well, and he's used to scoring off the bench at the moment, so see what he can do. Marisic this time looks for Joel Allright. Controls well. Goes for the bounce of Centofanti. He's getting crowded out by a few. He can find the man, and as usual, Alex Mullen does well to use his body. Halliday looks like he was nudged off that time by Busasa. So it's been a quite intense battle between them all night, and unfortunately Busasa's been the one to give away most of the fouls. It looks like Marino's not going to be able to contribute any more to that man of the match performance we were looking for, but he's got a goal tonight, and looks like he's probably cemented his starting spot for next week as well.
I'd say so, yeah. Look, he's had a good game too, and he's another one I might have considered for that award. Obviously won't be contributing anymore tonight, but he's had a good game and took that goal well.
Scored last week as well, and a few people were tipping him to do well again tonight. And his goal record is outstanding in this league as well, so it's not too long until you see him hit the back of the net again, and that's his 5th of the season. And when Josh Murray comes back next week, they're going to be a bit of contest up the front there, with Baresi scoring last week as well. Mullen looks for the nod down this time. Comes to himself and
super.
Looks for Allright. Tried to find Baresi straight off the bench as he did last week. Came right off the bench and scored in the previous game against Beograd.
Oh.
Mullen for Marisic.
That was a great header by Daniel Mullen, wasn't it? He headed that from the back of his head behind himself. Super.
Brandon looking for a couple of options now.
Oh.
And there's the perfect word on the ball as well, Daniel Mullen. Doesn't seem to trouble Alexander Woodlands this time.
I don't think Mullen knew where Woodlands was, though, did he, when he was placing that back pass? But he hit it softly enough that it wasn't a threat, but still.
Yoshikawa.
Oh.
Fouled this time. I think that's Reece Thompson on the far side. He's going to get a booking, and Marisic has got some choice words for him as well. There's been a few times on that left side that it's either Halliday or Yoshikawa who's been side down, and I think they've been a good combination on that far side as well. They might put their name up for man of the match as well.
That's just frustration by Thompson, isn't it? He's just sort of lashed out. It's a meaningless place to concede a free kick and get yourself into the referee's book, but I would say that's just from frustration.
They might float this one in as well, Jordan Marisic. He's complaining about how close Radici is to him, but I'm sure he's got to clear him if he's got a boot on him. Does go far post for Baresi. He finds All Right on the flick on, and he puts a good ball in a dangerous area for Alex Mullen. Good claim again from Barbaro, and that was a good opportunity for Campbelltown.
It was. Mullen didn't quite get onto it. Struck it well enough, but just didn't quite get onto it with the full venom. But a good cross from All Right, who's got the ball now to get the ball into the middle for him. Another lost, another wayward pass.
And unfortunately, Radici couldn't find his way on the end of that one, and he's kicking himself as well, Joe. All Right.
He is, yeah. Done that a few times tonight, Campbelltown. Just that final ball, that pass. The passing's just not been optimal, is it? Not the final ball, but the pass.
Perezi now locks in behind for Alex Mullen, but he is straight offside as he fouls Reece Thompson in the process of shooting this ball out. Thompson only clears as far as Perezi, who keeps this alive for Campbelltown. And Yoshikawa goes on a bit of a jog now.
Linesman had his flag up for offside about half an hour ago, but not sure. The referee obviously had missed that. Pulls the play back. Croatia Raiders come away with the ball.
It's going to be Zafaridis now. He's looking for somebody forward, but looks like they're all on this one side. He's not got much to aim for. Mateo cuts in, goes across the whole field, and somebody on the far side, and Reece Thompson and Adelaide Croatia are readying another sub. This time it's Oliver Trimboli. What an excellent ball though to Busasa. If he might cut it on his left, he goes with his right. It's defended well and might keep this alive for another cross attempt. It is Reece Thompson. Doesn't beat anybody, but gets a deflection out for a corner, and I think Vlado's going to delay this substitution.
Solid defending again. I mean, I mentioned before this, Campbelltown City defence has only conceded 9 goals in the 9 league games they've played. So it's a solid defence that Croatia Raiders are trying to breach. But here they are with a corner on the far side, 28 minutes into the second half.
It's going to be Zafaridis who takes this as well. Right near the keeper. Woodlands gets a hand onto it, and Centre Fanti might get a boot onto it. It's in a good area as well. This is going to stay in for a while down this near side. Van der Hout now. Kimishima. Been a useful weapon off the bench, Oliver Trimboli. He's got 4 goals so far, and he seems to always do it when he's coming off the bench as well. He obviously got that start in the cup against Adelaide Blue Eagles, but other than that, he's come off the bench every week, and most weeks that Adelaide Croatia do win, he comes off the bench and scores. So if they want to get back into this game, a goal from him might turn the tides and put some luck into them.
Yeah, super sub. He came on, like you say, he comes off the bench a lot, doesn't he? He came off the bench last week in their match, Para Hills Knights, and yeah, super sub. I guess that's what they call him, isn't it?
Especially when you're scoring that many goals off the bench. Third top scorer in their team at the moment. They've got a few guys on multiple goals. And I wonder it's going to be that man, Paul Radici, who's leading that line at the moment with 6 goals so far. He's the one to be replaced. Brandon Centfanti, excellent control down to Mullen. He's not got much to aim for, but all right. Look to switch that all the way across, and Baresi might get on the end of this. Dealt well with by Thompson. Trimboli, good knock on to Mateo. He's got a bit of space here if he wants to take this down the line. Found the overlap of Kimishima. He wants to float this in. He has a strike himself, and it's just gone over the bar, but that's a good attempt from him.
Yeah, but they are resorting to shots from way out there at that Funny angle. Sorry, just a bit distracted. They are resorting to shots there from the outside. That wasn't a cross, that was an effort and goal. He struck it well enough. But you take a good shot to beat Woodlands from that angle and that distance.
Now Alex Mullen finds all right again. Finds a great pass to Yoshikawa. And he looked for a dangerous diag. I think this ball's going to bounce. A bit interesting, but Barbro's let it come into his box.
Just carried, didn't it?
Great ball there from Ikeda, but just over the top of Mateo's head there. Difficult to deal with that one. In the face there of Zafaridis, and a loose touch from Van der Hout. Studs were up, but referee says play on.
I think Van der Hout's a little bit lucky there. I think he went in pretty hard, and I reckon the boots were, the studs might have been showing there. Or the sprigs, as we call them here, right?
They are studs, but they're just not metal ones.
A little bit lucky not to be called back for that, I think, Van der Hout.
Thompson looked to cushion that back, but he couldn't find anyone, and Berezi's got a few people running forward here now. Takes his time, and he gets crowded out by Busasa, though. This time it's Thompson who wins the foul on Matsumoto, and he stops him playing quickly as well. Couple of subs getting ready for Croatia Raiders as well. Looks like it might be Odenwalder and Majetic. Kingburn finds some space to turn. Looks for the feet of Trimboli, but he couldn't find him ahead of Mullen. Now Matsumoto is going to go forward here. Got a great tackle from Barnett. Has kept Croatia Raiders in the counter-attack now. Finds Kimishima. Another started challenge there from Van der Hout, but he was a bit safer this time. Mateo's now got an overlap. Drives inside himself, though. But he couldn't get a hold of that shot as it rolls into the near post for Woodlands.
Yeah, no, he didn't get onto that at all. Look, I think Van der Hout's tackle there was fair enough. Good, solid challenge, I think, for the ball, but look, the end result for Croatia Raiders again is they come up against a brick wall in that Campbelltown City defence, and a fairly weak shot really at Woodlands, who took it comfortably.
Berezi with an inadvertent touch there. Flicked it over the defender, and Thompson's still with him. Still going, Berezi. Good touch in for Alex Mullen. Looks for the 1-2. But I think he's fouled Reece Thompson there. He wasn't quick enough to get to that ball.
For a big guy, he moved fairly quickly, though, didn't he, Berezi? He had Thompson tested there, didn't he? But
Zafaridis now. Good work, though, from Allright to win that back. And Brandon Santafanti's got a lot of time to pick out the pass to Yoshikawa. He's got Halliday if he plays this ahead of him. Opts not to, and we're going to recycle this now. Looks like Campbelltown are readying a sub as well. It looks like it might be the young Nick Graves. Yoshikawa again, spinning somebody in the midfield. This time it was Vanderhout who brings it back for the foul. Looks like, I think the referee blew his whistle. He played advantage there, but it looks like they want to choose to take this free kick instead.
Yeah, I don't know that there was much in the way of advantage there to be had. I think the ref wanted to play it, but probably realised latterly that there wasn't really going to be much in the way of advantage, so he's pulled it back for the free kick.
Looks like it might be a triple change here as well for Adelaide Croatia Raiders. Kimishima runs out of space there, and he's not called back for the foul either. And Vlado Blazek is going to opt to go to the bench this time. It's going to be a triple sub. It's going to be James Oldenwalder, Matthew Majetic, and Jackson Bullen as well to come on. It's going to be Joaquin Byrne to come off, Reece Thompson, who's on that yellow, to come off. And waiting for the third. I think I saw a third come up. I might have gone on the far side. Busasa.
Yeah, they've still just got the 11 on, right?
I didn't know until I saw Busasa on the far side walking off. But
yeah, now you're right. Busasa's just he's on the far side of the pitch, so he's trudging. I mean, the body language is giving a bit away, isn't it? If you look at the team collectively, they kind of look like a defeated side now, Croatia Raiders. And maybe Blazeka's thought now is just give some of these kids a run, get them out there for the last sort of 10 minutes we've got. 8 minutes that are remaining, and give them a bit of a run rather than try and get anything out of this game. Well, that's how it looks to me anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how much of kids they would be. Majetic is quite young, I would say. And
see, when you get to my age, Alessio,
they're all kids to you?
They're all kids. I think you're a kid right up until you're about 40, to be honest.
Maybe it's just the male brain doesn't develop enough until you're an actual adult, until you're 30 or so. And it looks like this is a kid coming on now. It's Nick Graves. He's quite young as well. I think he might be a straight swap for Joel Allright. It looks like he's the one. I don't know what they're arguing about now, though, but he's come off in his 401st game, Joel Allright. An assist last week and back in the goals this week.
Yeah, he took his goal well, didn't he? I mean, certainly a highlight of his game tonight. Got the second goal about, 45 seconds into this half. 45 seconds into this half, and he took it well, didn't he? He struck it well into the roof of the net from a very tight angle. But
he's had quite a tidy few weeks as well. Scored in the cup against Blue Eagles with a free kick. I don't know how many games after that the league resumed, or how far away that was from the league, that cup game. But then he getting an assist last week, goal this week. He's quite in some form at the moment. Bullen now chasing Matsumoto. Matsumoto does get there first. Does he win the free corner? He does somehow. It looked like he slipped on the floor, and he might have kicked it into Bullen as he was falling over. Montanaro sees it, edge of the box. Looks to shoot, but he finds Brandon Santafanti instead. He goes for a shot. That one's well wide and almost into the raceway. Santafanti back to Woodlands, and he clears it down the centre to Barres, who easily will take that down. Look for Graves. He's ready for a 1v1. Opts to take it. Just about keeps it as well. And Hout does well to evade two challenges there, and he looks for Majetic, but it's a bit too soft, that ball, and Marisic kicks it into him, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Again, Campbelltown just a bit too good at the back, aren't they? 3 minutes to go, plus maybe, 3 or 4 minutes of injury time. We had a goal and we had a player down at one stage, and so I'm expecting maybe 3 or 4 minutes of injury time.
Yeah, we had a few in the first half of that hamstring injury and a couple of others, but there hasn't been too many stoppages in the second half so far. It might be plain sailing. Good flick on again from Alex Mullen. With a couple of minutes left, we're going to still have to look for that man of the match, David. Who do you think it's going to be?
Well, it's going to be hard to look past Alex Mullen, isn't it? Oh.
Get into a tussle like that and get to booking, it might be hard.
Oh. What's he doing that for, do you think?
Might have got bored. Isn't that a Roy Keane quote? Got bored, just needed to smash into someone for a bit.
Seemed a bit unnecessary, didn't it?
Trimboli, though, spins in behind. Has a little bit of a snapshot and a good save from Alexander Woodlands as well. Tip it behind for a corner. It's a good little spin there from Trimboli, and you can see why he's so lethal in front of goals.
Absolutely, yeah. No, Oliver Trimboli's taken that well. Turned, shot to slightly to the left of Woodlands, the goalkeeper, who's made a great save.
If they can get a goal here, though, Croatia might put some nervy into this game. They're going to go short to Bullen. He tries to float one in, and they win another corner.
And oddly enough, the team that's trailing 2-0 don't seem to be in any rush to continue proceedings. It's kind of strange, isn't it? But again, that body language suggests to me that they feel this game's going.
See what they can do from a set piece here. Goes near post. Gets a fist onto it, and Woodlands claims again there. So the wind picks up again here. It's a bit chilly now, David.
It is. I reckon the temperature's dropped in the last 20 minutes. But I've got my thermals on, I think, for the first time this season. Up until 4 or 5 weeks ago, we still were wearing our shorts, and now look at us.
Mullen with excellent control there, and he uses his body as well. Oh, he goes the other way this time, the referee, and he's fuming this time, Alex Mullen. He's on a booking now, and he's got to watch himself, but I think he might have handballed that possibly while...
Yeah, I think it was a handball. I think Mullen looked for the foul, and I don't know that the foul was there, and I think the referee got it right. I think it was a handball.
I have to put a shout up for Jake Halle and Yoshikawa on that far side for a man of the match as well. They've been quite good on that far side. teaming up quite well and getting a lot of attacks down that left side. I'd say Yoshikawa's got my shout at the moment.
Halliday's been good for me too, yeah.
This time Mullen, he's definitely watching himself now as he's on a booking. And Kimishima just runs out of space there. Halliday looks to clear, but there's nobody up top, and he's got a late one himself, and I think it might be a yellow card for Trimboli. It is going to be a yellow card for Trimboli. As we just passed the 90th minute mark now, there's going to be a couple minutes out of time, I'm sure. Gives us a couple more minutes to solidify this man in the match as well. I'm sure they're waiting down there, that bottle of wine as well. At least it's to somebody that's over 18 this time.
That's true. Do you think they'll share it with us?
I don't know.
They'll share it with us.
If they're athletes, they might.
If they're true athletes, they would just give us it, right?
Alex Mullen again, tussling. Gets a good chest control, though, and he might smash this one into the near touch. Baresi, though, he stayed onside. He might just keep this in the corner, though, with no need to force the attack, and does give it away, though, and Kimishima tries to go long. Inadvertent pass that time from Woodlands, and Halliday tries to get back to block off Mijetic. He does. Trimboli gets a flick, pops to Kimishima on the edge, cuts one way then the other. Good tackle though from Brandon Centofanti. He's had a good game out there today. I mean, there's quite a lot of them out there for Campbelltown you could give this to. Odin Wilder goes back post. Opts to punch that time was Woodlands, and Mateo can't take advantage of it. Yeah,
again, Campbelltown for me, too strong at the back, and the bounce was a bit unkind there for the Croatia Raiders. Kimishima, he might have got a shot in if the bounce had been a bit kinder, but again, Campbelltown very strong at the back. Is it just one bottle of wine for the best on? Okay, so like if we picked 11 of them, can you get 11 glasses out of a bottle of wine? How big is this bottle of wine?
I haven't seen it. I just was told that it was a bottle that's going to go to the man of the match, so it must be a sponsor type of thing that happens every time, and they wanted to make sure it's chosen by the commentators and not just by a Campbelltown supporter. Great move from Alex Mullen there. Centofanti goes long. Kimishima with a late charge here to Mateo. Goes one way, then the other. This ball might get into a dangerous area. Just about wins the free kick, though. Woodlands as contested by Trimboli this time, and I think that's almost that now.
Yeah, I'd say the ref's about to blow his whistle. Again, Campbelltown looked too good at the back. But good on Croatia Raiders for persisting.
Woodlands now goes out wide. Yoshikawa finds Matsumoto. Can he get a good ending to this game? I think he's going to rather keep the possession here and keep it in that far side, Yoshikawa. Fortunately, they lose the ball on that occasion, though. Van der Hout now. Finds Mijetic. Might look for a cross. He looks for Odin Wilder, goes far post, but nobody's there, and that just sails over. Can't be long left now. This might be the last goal kick of this game. Perezi gets a touch onto that and can't get the seconds though, and he's asking for a foul as well. It's a good ball there in behind. And that's full time here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. The home team, Campbelltown City, taking a 2-0 win. Back to winning ways for them and charge up the table for them. Unfortunately for Croatia Raiders, that ends their streak of 5 games undefeated, and might be some more soul searching next week, David. But it's been glad to join you here. And who do you reckon we're going to give that man of the match to?
Well, I don't know. It was a fairly ensemble kind of cast, wasn't it? There was a few players who might not have got into our top 8. But for me, Alex Mullen up front was probably their leading light. Yeah, it's not an easy decision to make, is it?
Definitely not, but it's been glad to be back here at Campbelltown. It's the first game I think I've commentated here at all. So it's been glad to be back here, and I'm sure we'll get some good food here after the game, and I'm sure the home team are going to be happy here. It's good night from us here in the studio, and we'll see you again tomorrow for some more football.